All right. I don't know exactly what this video is going to be titled, but hear me out. These are some things that absolutely have to be fixed. I know I still sound a little stuffy, but just fucking bear with me. Number one, and I'm sure I'm going to cover some things that you guys haven't really heard people complain about, but number one, trigger nades have to be fixed. This video isn't just going to be a fucking trigger nade rant, but they have to be fixed. They have to be nerfed. I am tired of literally every gunfight I get into. It is I'm throwing trigger nades and they're throwing trigger nades. I'm not even saying like, oh, I don't use them. I'm bet. No, we load in when I play with my friends with trigger nades. Like that's the main weapon of choice. You have to use trigger nades. These other people are going to use trigger nades as well. I think they need to be either more expensive or there needs to be a delay on when you can click detonate. I don't think you should be able to just use them as a nuke that you can detonate whatever you want. I think it's good for stopping rats, and I kind of feel like that's their purpose, is like you would toss them into a room with rats and blow them up, whatever. But there should be a delay. I should be able to roll out the way. I should be able to move from cover, whatever. I shouldn't be able to just spam them on you. Like today, we did kill a group of guys by opening the door and just spamming nades, trigger nades. It gets rid of the diversity, right? So why would I run any other grenade if I can run trigger nades? And the other thing is it really cheeses most kits. I can go in, trigger nades are not that expensive, with a kettle, a pharaoh, and a bunch of trigger nades, and I can take out anyone with it. It's fucking stupid. It's actually at the point where my friends, the one group of people that I was playing with, stopped playing because of trigger nades. Like I got the one kid to get on. We got into a gunfight and we started spamming trigger nades back and forth. We ended up losing, and he literally just got off. He's like, "Why am I gonna play if all you do is trigger nade spam?" And I know I've seen people, and I would say the problem is whenever like this subject gets brought up, there's a lot of people that disagree, and of course, a large portion of the population is going to disagree with anything that makes gunfights kind of a 50-50 chance. I hate to break it to you, it does not take skill to throw a trigger nade on a kid looting and just instantly delete him, or people coming down a zip or whatever, right? So of course there's going to be a portion of the population that wants that still in the game so that they can get their kits that way. Because when you make it less skill and more of like just a chance game of coin flip, the bad players, the players that are going to lose 50, 70% of gunfights are going to enjoy that item, right? So that's the one problem I think the devs have is there is a majority of the player base that is saying, nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's not. And they're always going to say it's fine because they can turn gunfights into a 50-50 chance. Number two, what has to get fixed is the fucking UI. I don't know why people haven't really talked about this, but dude, one, I should be able to bind my heals. I do not want to use a fucking wheel. It is stupid. It is dumb. And I don't care if it's unfair for remote players. You have aim assist, okay? I don't. That's where the line is drawn. You get aim assist. I get better fucking mechanics. Like, I should be able to click 5 and pull out my grenade. I should be able to click 6 and have my herbal heals. I should be able to click whatever the fuck. I should be able to bind it. I should not have to use a wheel. On top of that, what's really annoying is when I go in and I try to upgrade a gun, right? Or whatever. And it says I need whatever of these parts. And I have all the items to craft it. I should be able to just click craft item or something, right? If I have my refinery upgraded enough and I have all the stuff, I shouldn't have to back out, go to refinery, find that, click that. Oh, go over here, click this. Like low. If I have the workstations and I have the materials ready already, just let me craft it in my fucking inventory in the menu. Like, or make it a lot easier to transfer to each thing. Like if I need complex whatever, I should be able to click it and just go there. It's stupid that you have to like scroll through it. It just makes loading up so much more annoying. But I think the big thing is they need to fix it. Like, I should be able to keybind all my utility. I should not have to use a fucking wheel. It is so annoying to use a wheel. It is so dumb. All right. The other big thing that needs to be fixed is there does need to be nerfing of certain guns and balancing. I think there's a big issue with balancing right now when we got further into people understanding the game and understanding attachments and what stuff works and what doesn't work. One, the Venator 4 should not be as good as it is. I don't care. Same thing as the trigger nights. People claim, oh, it's not that broken. It's kind of expensive. It's kind of this. It's not. I'm tired of every good player running the Venator and the Toro and trigger dates. Like, that is meta loadout 100% through and through. I think they need to nerf the Venator. It should not be as good. The fire rate should just be slower. I think if that's how you're gonna nerf it, nerf it. I also think range or something should be nerfed a lot because it's kind of dumb how far out you can compete with the Venator. I think the Toro just needs a slight nerf in fire rate as a Toro 4. That's it. Just slight, tiny nerf. I don't think the Toro is too OP. Unlike the Venator, it does have a higher skill gap to use. Right? What I don't like about the Venator compared to other guns is you can get into drawn out gunfights that are fun and exciting. Drawn out gunfights, even when you lose, can be fun. What's not fun is getting instantly melted. Now, I understand there's always going to be cases where you get instantly melted. You come around the corner, the 3 people aiming at you, you're going to get melted pretty quick. But the Venator melts too quickly. Trigger dates melt too quickly. I think you start to lower that, and you have more of longer, more skillful, more exciting gunfights, which makes better content. It makes people feel better. If I lose a gunfight, but I had a chance, we got into a drawn-out fight, it doesn't feel as bad as just Venator coming around the corner, bop, bop, and then you're dead. Like, Venator needs a big nerf. I also think gray guns need to be scaled back a tiny bit. Sometimes it does not feel like there's much reason to use anything other than a Stitcher and like maybe an Anvil or whatever, or the Toro, right? Besides the Venator and Toro combo that I was talking about. Those need a big nerf. I'm tired of seeing kettles too constantly being used and people claiming they're not macroing, but they're shooting at an insane fire rate. Like, obviously, you're macroing. The kettle should have just a fire rate cap. Or figure out the macro thing. Figure out the auto clicker. Get rid of the auto clicker. Lastly, like any game though, stop cheating. I think they need to do a better job banning and catching people cheating, of course. But as a community, we need to stop cheating. Like, it's fucking stupid. Back to the kettle thing, the macro thing. You're cheating if you're using a macro. I'm sorry. You're cheating. But I do know I've ran into quite a bit of cheaters. I've gotten quite a bit of kits back for people cheating and stuff. It's just that needs to be fixed as well. I really enjoy this game. I really think it has a lot of potential. But if this shit doesn't get fixed, it's going to die off. I already have friends that no longer want to play because they're tired of trigger nade spamming. They're tired of running technically better guns, and the Venator 4 is just still better than it for some reason. Like, no matter what. You need to keep diversity into the game. You need to look at your other game, the finals, as a good reference point. There's a lot of diversity into that in that game, and it makes the game very fun, and people love the game for that. They love the fact that they can go in with all sorts of different kits and do pretty good. Keep Arc Raiders that way, okay? Make it so the gunfights are a little more drawn out, a little more exciting, balance the guns a little better. Stitcher, Bobcat should not be that close in level, I should say. Well, that's about it. I just wanted to rant about it because I'm starting to get a little burnt out by the game, and I'm starting to see other people get a little burnt out of the game, right? So hopefully the devs step up and start nerfing some shit. Maybe do some quality of life changes.